Hello everyone, and so welcome back to some more When the Night Comes. So previously we met with the twins and had a very interesting encounter with the creepiness of both of them. Yes, they were very, very creepy. So anyway, we questioned them and now we're just gonna kind of leave because they were creepy. Yes. Okay, so on my way out, I see a small, neatly wrapped package sitting on the doorstep. I bend down to check the label, and written on it in elegant script are the words Zeshewa? I think that's how you pronounce it. And Armoros's name paired with a small heart. Ooh. I may not know what it means, but I know demonic language when I see one. Just as I suspected, there may be a lot more to Armoros than meets the eye. Okay then. I walked through the center of town for a while, getting to know the buildings, watching the people. Sorry, I was checking to make sure that it was recording. Watching the people that pass me by. Lunaris turns into a quiet, nervous town as the sun begins to set, and I wonder if it's only recently lost its warmth. I consider heading for the graveyard, something tugging at me, telling me there's more there for me to find, but... Alcar appears from between the crooked houses, sending two children that were playing in the street, scattering. Oh god, I forgot what voice I gave him. No! I'll just give him a deep voice. Or as deep as I can get. Eureka them, of the twins. What the hell have you been doing in that damn church? Are you feeding into their bullshit already? He pauses, huffing a sharp breath between his nose, or through his nose. I thought you'd be different, just like everyone said that you would be. How stupid of me to want to believe them. Well, that's kind of rude. This certainly isn't the first time I've been caught off guard by an angry lichen, but it's safe to say I don't need to fear for my life here. Maybe. It's not what you think. I was questioning them. He scoffs, rolling his eyes. His hands are shaking, but he balls them into fists when he catches me looking. Is that so? Why should I believe you? I don't even know you. No, you don't, which is why you should consider giving me the benefit of the doubt. I'm just doing my job. Do you suggest I just ignore the very obvious cults in the middle of town whilst investigating? His wolf ears flicker back and forth, and he unclenches his fist. You were just questioning them. I nod. Yes, of course. I was hardly agreeing with them in their hatred for, well, me. He rolls his eyes at me, standing his ground. Something has me curious, and I can't resist asking. Alcar, they want to protect creatures like you from the likes of me. Why do you so clearly despise them? Because I couldn't care less about those of us that don't enjoy killing humans mindlessly. Because we're not true creatures if we stay out of trouble and befriend humans or each other. So, if you dare to act even remotely human, you're the enemy too. He smirks, brows raised. Now you're getting it. Alcar is apparently defensive to a fault, but I sense that under the surface he's probably just scared, maybe even a little lonely. It must be hard to be feared like that. I saw the way the people in the tavern reacted to him the other day. Do you have friends here, or are you following me? Ooh, this seems like really, kind of an accusation. I don't know if I want to do that. We'll just ask if he has friends here. I don't know, both are a little weird, but... Are you close with anyone in town? He bristles, his tail swaying behind him. That's an odd question, and close is reaching. Okay, well, do you at least know anyone in town? Sorry, I'm gonna try and move my mouse. You and Piper seem to be aware of each other. He scoffs, lips curling in disgust. Merryman and I are not close, unless you consider her kicking my ass her way of showing affection. I tilt my head, contemplating that she actually might. He laughs, a quick, sharp puff. Trust me when I say Merryman and I are not friends. Then no one. You truly have no one. He softens. Well, that's kind of rude of us. He softens slightly, his gaze dropping to the ground. I have friends, I suppose. Finn, Ezra, maybe even the demon. But it's easier for me to keep my distance. Anyone who gets close to me always gets hurt. Is that so? I think about the brand upon his chest, about what he did to deserve it. Why do you ask, anyway? You seem lonely, that's all. He straightens up, wolf ears pressing flat against his skull. Well, maybe I like being lonely. Have you ever considered that? I am a wolf, after all. Aren't we supposed to be solitary creatures? Well, that depends. Surely you have a pack. He stiffens at that, his next words firm, final. No, and don't ask me again. Sadness swiftly replaces any trace of anger that I felt from him. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I won't mention it again.
Thank you, Hunter.
A moment passes, and Alcar sighs dramatically, shifting from one foot to the other. He doesn't seem wholly satisfied with my answer about questioning the twins, but I can't really do much more than convince him. So, where are you heading now? Do you live nearby? He narrows his eyes at me, clearly contemplating if he wants to divulge such information.
Why?
I'd just like to keep my eye on you, just curious. Obviously, we're gonna flirt. We're doing all the flirting options. Because that's obviously more fun. Can't I just try and get to know you a little better?
And why would you want to do that?
I offer him a smile as I shake my head. Oh my god, that word. That he so obviously suspects the worst from everyone. Because I think there's more to you than meets the eye. Am I not allowed to be curious? He narrows those vivid scarlet eyes, meeting my gaze and holding it.
I suppose you are.
He continues to stare me down, taking a tentative step closer.
So, if I did let you get to know me a little better, what then?
I contemplate his next question carefully, taking him in, surveying him from head to toe. Well, for starters, I'd buy you some shoes. He smirks, his scarred lips curling at the corner. He looks handsome when he smiles, a little softer.
How thoughtful of you, but you wouldn't be the first to try.
No. He shakes his head, wiggling his bare toes against the cobblestone.
I run faster without.
And you need to run often.
If I told you, I'd have to kill you.
We share a quiet laugh, something passing between us. It's warm, and I feel like I'm finally getting to experience the real Alcar for the first time. Or at least I hope. Funny.
I'm a funny guy.
He glances up at the sky, muttering something under his breath before he sets his gaze upon me once again.
It's getting dark, and there's a cold drink with my name on it at the Wolf. As much as I love to stay standing in the middle of the street talking to Lunaris' new favorite person, I better dash.
Oh, well, that's nice. Ooh! Yay, we get a picture. Oh, God, he's so cute. Look at him. He turns as if he's about to leave, but pauses, pointing at the Abic. The building looms over town, and it appears even more unsettling now that I know who resides there.
Stay away from them. He might think you're safe because they're human, but words can do just as much harm as knives or claws in this town.
I get the horrible feeling that he's right, and maybe I should have pushed harder with them. I should be asking him about the murders, and I know for a fact that the enforcers don't brand creatures for fun, but Harry told me to trust my instincts. Right now, something is pulling me towards that graveyard. I'll be careful.
See to it that you are, Hunter. The town might bloody implode if it has to deal with much more.
He makes a dismissive noise, scowling at me, but he's unable to mask his obvious worry for my well-being. Aww.
Not that I care.
Oh my god, I love him.
Anyway, I'll see you around.
He offers me a half-arsed wave, paired with a decidedly mischievous grin, and then Alcar slinks back into the alley from whence he came. A little creepy, but alright. Ooh. Forgot that we're going to the graveyard, even though we just talked about it. The graveyard looks so differently at night. Beautiful, even. Fog twists and curls around my ankles as I walk, glimmering specks of vivid blue light sparkling in its haze. Thankfully, the darkness is a little more forgiving this evening, and something seems to be guiding me along, leading me right to the place where the murders happened. I hope that I might be able to get a clear idea of what transpired here, that night, now that I know who he was or what he was. Wow, that was a sentence. I follow the path and see a dark figure crouching before the neat line of gravestones. There's no danger here, not that I can feel, but I approach with caution anyway. As I draw nearer, I recognize him. It's Finn. Oh my god, I freaking love Finn. He's probably my favorite so far. I'm no fool, and I know he senses me here, but he doesn't flinch, keeping his gaze fixed on the dark forest that surrounds us. Give him space. No warm welcome this time. Obviously no warm welcome this time. We're gonna be that person. I clear my throat, quirking my brow as he stands and turns to face me, effortlessly graceful. Ugh. God, I love it. Look at him. Oh, he's so cute. Like a little bit dorky. He's kind of like a dorkable, and I love it. There are no walls for you to pin me against out here. However, will you cope? His golden eye shines in the darkness, and he offers me a sheepish glance.
You know, when good people are getting brutally murdered, my instincts tend to get the better of me. I apologize again. I'll do anything you need, or I'll do anything you need for you to feel comfortable around me.
No mind reading.
He shakes his head quickly. No mind reading. Unless you ask, or unless you have any particularly loud thoughts, there's not much I can do here.
A smirk hooks the corner of his mouth, and he offers me his iron hand, switching to his flesh one when I throw him a curious look.
Both just as cold as the other, unfortunately. Truce?
I shrug heartedly and shiver as his cold skin meets my warm skin. Okay? His handshake is firm, solidifying. Truce. I really need to have a look around. I sense something near where the body was found the night after I arrived.
Yes, there's definitely a strange energy here.
He pauses, looking as though he's trying to decide if he should say what he's thinking.
I can help you, I mean, if you wanted an immortal opinion.
How exactly can you help me? He huffs a quiet laugh, folding his arms across his chest.
Well, what an excellent sense of smell and the ability to see things your human eyes cannot be of use.
I feign disinterest, a playful roll of my eyes as he waits for my response. I suppose I shouldn't dismiss any help, but how do I know that you're not the thing committing these horrible crimes? I've been told to trust no one more times than I can count, so tell me, Finn, why should I trust you? He offers me a wry smile, but sadness lingers in his gaze.
Freedom.
Freedom. He nods again, taking another deep, necessary breath.
I've been trying to be a better man since the day I died.
Oh, no, Finn, no, the feels, I wasn't ready.
My sire was a cruel man, a tyrant, and being around that for centuries does something to you.
Where is he now, your sire, so I can freaking fight him? He swallows sickly, rubbing the back of his neck. It's almost a nervous gesture, and the first time I've seen him do anything that looked remotely human or graceless.
Dead, killed by your lieutenant general. I owe Harry my life. He freed me from Levy's shackles.
He pauses, head tilted towards the night sky, and he closes his eyes.
I've done terrible things in my time, and I intend to pay penance for those for the rest of my days.
A smile, something wicked.
Which, if you haven't heard, is forever.
There's so many things I long to ask him. He's seen so much, done so much, and, I assume, lost so much.
So, to answer your question again, I value doing the right thing above all else. Even if sometimes I tend to stumble a little bit, metaphorically, of course.
I offer him a wry smile, watching him watch me. We're gonna go ahead and flirt. Spending more time with you would be nice. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't curious to get to know him a little bit better. So, spending some time with you wouldn't be terrible, I suppose. He looks taken aback by my statement, but recovers in record time, a smirk that I've come to learn is quintessential Finn on his lips, a smirk that has my cheeks heating.
You suppose,
See, I feel like this is the first person that really, kind of flustered the main character and stuff, so I don't know. That's just kind of my own 2 cents in the matter, but, I don't know. I step closer, his gaze burning into mine, and I feel a shiver roll down my spine, goose flesh prickling across my skin. He notices.
Are you cold?
He's teasing me, so I decide to play along. Freezing. He laughs, and the sound is warm, deep, one that I could become quite fond of hearing.
Unfortunately, I can't warm you up. I am quite dead,
I raise my brow at him, unable to stop the smile that spreads across my lips. Really? I didn't notice. The fangs and deathly pale skin are ever so subtle. Another laugh, and he pokes the point of one of his fangs with the tip of his tongue before he speaks. I find myself watching movement quite intently.
Ooh. I don't think I've ever been called subtle before.
Well, there's a first time for everything. He narrows his gaze, apparently contemplating his next sentence quite carefully.
You're different, aren't you? I like different.
I clear my throat, snapping myself out of my little daze I appear to have been, lulled myself into. We should... He smiles, wider this time, his handsome bathed in the moonlight, even more so than the artificial light of the shop. It's distracting. He's apparently quite distracted himself, clearing his throat before he speaks.
Yes, we should.
I brush past him, a little closer than necessary, another shiver overtaking me as I feel his cool skin against my own. And I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this episode up here. So we didn't get to the next chapter. Chapter 2 is a lot longer than Chapter 1 is. I don't know how much more we have to go, but I'm kind of excited to see where the story takes us. And I did say I'd upload this every Tuesday and Thursday. I messed up. I meant to say every Tuesday and Friday. So yeah, look forward to the episodes then. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I will talk to you all in the next one. So until then, bye.